Okay folks, tonight I'm testing out the Hobao Hyper Empty Sport Plus. Basically what I'm testing would be the steering turning radius, turning circle, because oftentimes there are many Hobao Hyper Empty owners says that the steering is bad on this truck. It's like it turns like a bus. So what I did was I tried some basic suspension tuning. I moved the shocks the front shocks, the top mount to the outside. I reduced the preload on the front, I increased the preload on the rear, and then there's something else that is usually I think not looked at would be the endpoint adjustments for the steering. So what I did was I took a look at the servo and I realized that actually they had a little bit more room for the servo to move. So for the right side, I think right now I've turned this knob to about the 3 o'clock position. The left endpoint adjustment is roughly at about the 1 o'clock position, so it did give me a little bit more steering throw. So let's see with the new shock setup. I tried it the other day on the other car park. It seemed a lot tighter, much better, so I want to see how this guy works on 6S today. The other day I tried on 4S, because 6S the truck tends to push out a little bit more, so I'm curious to see the turning circle as well, whether it's better, it's sharper, it gets a bit more active, because previously the turning circle was so huge. Not too fun, but the truck is great for jumps, so it does super fantastic jumps. The only thing that I broke was just the lower A-arm, and that's doing several 360 flips, landing hard on the front, and not too smart stuff. So let's see. Alright folks, let's go. I hope you can see, I didn't put lights on this truck yet. So this is on 6S. There we go. Much better. Look at that. So those who are complaining about that this truck turns like a bus, now it doesn't turn like a bus anymore. Off throttle, turn, sharp turns. Okay, I'm going to bring the truck in. Look at that. Way better. It's much better. As you can see the response of the steering. I intend to switch out the servo to a more powerful servo, the JX servo, which can give it about 25 kg of torque at 6 volts, which I did to the K-Rock. It's much better. And again, this truck is surprisingly quiet for something that runs on metal gears. It's awesome to see the suspension movement on this truck. Let's bring it in. See that folks? Much better. Very sharp now. Not a problem. This is on 6S. It pops like a jackrabbit now. Boom, boom. See that? Really tight. So I'm very happy with the current suspension tuning and endpoint adjustment. So don't be afraid to experiment with your truck. If it's out of the box, it doesn't work for you, you have to get some experimentation done on your vehicle. So between the K-Rock and the Hyper Empty, I now much prefer playing with the Hyper Empty. The K-Rock is good. It's a tough truck. It's tough for serious straight line bashing, jumps is good, but this Hyper Empty power to weight ratio is amazing. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take it up this corner here. Okay, let's see how it goes, yeah? there's some traction roll. So as I shared on the Hobao group, that the current trade-off now with the current setup is there's traction roll, but with a little bit of throttle control and maybe counter steering, not a problem. Turns at your command now, so it's super fun, guys. I will put up in the description what I did exactly, and also the link to that Hobao group discussion group that Ran Wu from Hobao USA set up. Still about 100 over members, but I think we can get some decent information if we all pull together our resources and help each other out. So folks, look at that, 6S with all that power pushing. No more complaints, folks. Super happy the Hyper MT now. I think I can sell my K-Rock. Who wants to buy the K-Rock? Sorry, I brought the action too far. I'll bring the action closer. Look at that. Usually with 6S I don't dare to go full throttle. Nice tight turns. Move it up here a little bit more. So yes folks, regardless right, left, you make that sweet spot adjustment. Now you get pretty much equal steering and response on both the right side and the left side. So it's highly tunable, and what I did like about the Hyper MT is the ease of working with the truck. Nothing is buried deep. It's easy to access everything. Only issue is I guess those gears are exposed from all that gravel that's coming from underneath. Until someone comes up with a smart way of protecting the under chassis with some kind of chassis guard throughout, then I think that it'll be much better. Okay, I'm going to bring the truck in here right in front of me. Oopsie. Oopsie. Oops. Bam. One thing to note is that these stock tires, they're not that great. They balloon a lot, and they're highly unbalanced. So if you pick up the truck and you hold it by that roll cage, and then you can see how unbalanced the tires are, even on 4S. Woo! I'm not gonna bring it to the gravel because I just washed 2 trucks full of sand and gravel today. I'm really tired. I just brought the K-Rock on the gravel, and I have to wash that again tonight, so I'm not gonna do that tonight. Hang on, I see something underneath. Yeah, stick. Okay, let's curb crawl a little bit on an angle. Okay, bring it up there. That surface is a little bit different. It's kind of rough. Ah, shit. Okay. Like I said, guys, the current trade-off is that more traction roll. Whoa, curb. It's really nice now. Oh, sweet, huh? So you get all that small, tiny wheelie poppings, the truck pops and hops. Nice tight circle. You can get some drifts happening. See that? I have to shoot a lot of these videos at night because it's the only time I have that I can have for myself, because daytime, if I go and bash is with my son, it's a little bit harder to manage shooting the videos and getting the kind of content that I want. So I have to figure out a way. More lights on the cars, increase camera brightness as in post editing. Do let me know what will help. So as you can tell right now, folks, the Hyper MT is way fun. Okay, crap. Okay, one more time. Okay. That will not happen off-road, because if the surface is loose, you probably will not traction roll. It will slide a little bit more, which is going to be awesome. So folks, Hobao Hyper MT Sport Plus, and awesome truck. Once you get the hang of it, once you made some tuning, remember the key thing here would be this endpoint adjustment. Right side, you gotta go up to about 3 o'clock. Left side about 1 o'clock. And also, yeah, the throttle endpoint adjustment, put it at max, because it does affect the amount of throttle that you have. Brakes, put it up at 12 o'clock. Whatever you have on the ESC, I believe if you put brakes at 50% on the ESC, if you put 50% here, it cuts off, so that means you will get 25% brakes here. Okay, so the suspension tuning, you have the front shocks coming up to the outside, to the top, from the top mount on the outside. Reduce the preload on the front, increase the preload on the rear, and that's pretty much it. A little bit more toe out on the front, a little bit less toe in on the rear, because the toe in on the rear of this truck was too aggressive. So less toe in on the rear, more toe out on the front, more preload, almost maximum preload on the rear, very little preload on the front, and yeah, and I'll just put it up in the description. You try it out and have fun. Thanks for watching, folks. Monster XRC signing out.